Hello students, welcome back to my channel Learn at Home. So in the previous lecture we were doing application of dimensional analysis. Now the first part is conversion of one system into another system, and in the previous video I had discussed with you people conversion of force, that is 1 Newton into dynes. So today I am going to discuss with you 1 joule into ergs. So you can say how joule is 1 joule is related to erg also. So you know this joule is the unit of work done, or you can say energy also. So its dimensional formula is m1, L2 and T minus 2. So if we compare it, A is equal to 1, B is equal to 2 and C is equal to minus 2, right? So let N1 is equal to, what is it? This is 1 joule, this is given to us, right? And N2, this is to be find out, right? So as you know students, you have a formula N2 is equal to N1, right? So this is M1 upon M2 raised to power A and L1 upon L2 raised to power B, T1 upon T2 raised to power C, right? Now in case of, actually we are converting MKS into CGS system. So in MKS system, you know M1 is equal to 1 kg and L1 is equal to 1 meter and T1 is equal to 1 second. Since we are going to convert into CGS system, in that case you can write here, in CGS system we have M2, this is 1 gram, and L2, this is 1 centimeter, and T2, this is 1 second. So if we consider it first equation, so we will just put the values in first equation. That means this N2 is equal to N1, this is 1 joule, M1, this is 1 kg, and M2 is, this is 1 gram raised to power A. So A is what? A is 1, right? Now L1, this is 1 meter upon 1 centimeter, this is equal to 2, and next one I have T1, this is 1 second. As you know students, in both the systems, whether it is MKS or this CGS, so time is having seconds. So this is -1, -2, so this will be cancelled out. So as we are going to converting MKS into CGS system, so bigger system will be converted into smaller system. So this 1 kg is equal to 10 raised to power 3 gram, 1000, right? And 1 meter is equal to 10 raised to power 2 centimeter upon 1 centimeter, this is raised to power 2. So this gram will be cancelled out, this will be cancelled out, right? So this is 2 into 2, 4. So this is 10 raised to power 3 and 10 raised to power 4, which is 10 raised to power 7. So that means 1 joule is equal to 10 raised to power 7 ergs. So this is our required result or relation between 1 joule and ergs. So you can see, you can learn it. 1 joule is equal to 10 raised to power 7 ergs. Let us rub it and move to next example. The next application we have to check the accuracy of given formula. Accuracy of given formula. Given formula. Any formula will be given to us and we will just see whether this is correct or not. So let us take one example. I am taking equation of motion. As you know, there are three equations of motion you have studied in 9th standard. So I am taking one example, that is S is equal to ut plus half at square. I have to check its correction, right? So what I will do, I will write the dimension of left hand side and I will again write the dimensions of right hand side. If both are equal, then that means the given formula is correct, right? So let us take left hand side. What is left hand side? This is S. S, you know, S is distance, right? So distance means length, right? So it's having dimension L. Now move to right hand side. Right hand side, I have ut plus half at square. So just see, u is velocity, which is Lt minus 1, and this is time t, this is t, and plus 1 by 2 is constant. So you know constant is having no dimension, so we will not writing here its dimension. This is dimensionless. A is acceleration and t square, right? So just see here, u is having dimensional formula Lt minus 1, right? And this is t. So further 1 by 2 is dimensionless. So dimensional formula of acceleration is Lt minus 2, right? And this is t, t2, right? So just see here, this t raised to power 2 and this t raised to power minus 2, this will be cancelled out, and this is minus t, this is t. So what I am left with, L, this is L. And most of the students, what they will do, they will add L plus L, it will be 2L, right? But it's not correct. It will not hold, or it will not act like algebra. So we will just write it L. So you know this is nothing but equal to left hand side. So here the given formula S is equal to ut plus half at square is correct. Now let us take another example. So in which again we have to check the correctness of that formula. So I am taking another example. This is time period is equal to 1 by 2 pi L upon G. I will check its correctness, right? So again the method is same, means we will write the dimension of left hand side as well as dimension of right hand side. If both are equal, that means the formula is correct. Now, so I am taking left hand side, which is t, right? So t is what? It is a dimensional formula t. Now come to right hand side. Right hand side I have 1 upon 2 pi L upon G, right? So if we write its dimensional formula, you know pi is constant, 2 is constant, that means constant are having dimensionless quantity. So we are ignoring it because it is dimensionless. So what I am left with, L under root L upon G. So this is under root L. L is length, no doubt, and this is your acceleration due to gravity, which is Lt minus 1, Lt minus 2 rather, Lt minus 2, right? So this L will be cancelled out. So this is T minus 2. So it will go to the numerator right? And this square root and this square will be cancelled out. So what I am left with, this is t, right? This is our right hand side, and no doubt this is further equal to left hand side. Student, just you have seen that we have done the correctness of given formulae, and we have just converted one system into another. So we have the last type, that is to derive the formulae, right? So just I am raising it and we will continue. Yes, the third application of dimensional analysis is to derive formulae. So we are given a statement and in which the given quantity depends upon different factors, and we are to derive a given formula. So for that I am going to take one example of simple pendulum. I am just reading its statement. So oscillation of simple pendulum, the time period t may depend upon the mass, length and acceleration due to gravity, right? So I am to find the relation formula for the time period, right? So its solution, time period depends mean proportional, depends upon what? Mass and length, right? And length, and then g means acceleration due to gravity. So here we will just raise the powers. So this is further equal to, this is proportional. If I will remove this, so I will insert here any constant. So this is k, m raised to power a, l raised to power b and g raised to power c. This is equation number 1, right? So what I am to do, I will write the dimensions on both the sides according to principle of homogeneity. Both the dimensions will be equal. So here time period is t, right? So this t having dimensional formula, dimension is t and formula I have to raise m raised to power 0, t raised to l raised to power 0 for the symmetry. So this is 0, l raised to power 0 and this is t. This is dimensional formula for time period t. Now this is k is any constant. As you know students, k is dimensionless, constant quantity is dimensionless. Now this is mass m. So this is m raised to power a. Then I have length l. So this is l raised to power b. Now g is acceleration due to gravity, and acceleration l, t minus 2. So this is c. Now what I am to do? I am to collect the similar terms. So that means this is m is having only one term. So this is m raised to power a, l. This is b, and here l is c. So what I will get? B plus c, right? Now time t, this is t minus 2c. So this is the dimension on right hand side. So now just see m0, l0, t, right? So I am comparing powers of, or you can say equating the powers of m, l and t. Here m is 0, and in this case m is m raised to power a, that means a is 0. Again this l is 0, and this side b plus c is 0, right? Now t in the left hand side I have t is 1 and this is minus 2c, right? So c is equal to minus 1 by 2. C I have calculated. Now put the value of c in this. So here this is b minus 1 by 2, right? So this is b is equal to 1 by 2. Yes. Now I have calculated the A, B, C. A is 0 and B is 1 by 2 and C is minus 1 by 2. Now putting the value in 1. So from 1, right? So time period T is equal to K is constant, right? K, M raised to power 0, M raised to power 0. Now L is raised to power B, that means L raised to power 1 by 2, right? Then G raised to power C, which is minus 2. So this is minus 2. So anything raised to power 0 is 1. So L raised to power 1 by 2 and this G to be written in the denominator 1 by 2. So ultimately what I will get, T is equal to K times L upon G raised to power 1 by 2, or you can write K is equal to under root L upon G, right? If we put the K is equal to 1 by 2 pi, so this formula will take the shape of this. So time period T is equal to 1 by 2 pi L by G. So now students, rest of the numericals we will do in the next video, and in this chapter we are left with one more topic, that is error. So in the next video I will do the numericals related to derived formulae and some definitions related to error and also numerical.